Hello, my name is Eric Palacios. I am a fourth year history major, minoring in education, and I'm originally from Anaheim, California. So during my time at UCSB, I've been very involved with Hermanos Unidos, which is a Latinx-interest group on campus. I'm also currently a student engagement and leadership intern. I also intern for SIOP or student initiated outreach programs. I'm also a current NASPA Undergraduate Fellow, so I get to work with different student affairs professionals on campus. More recently, I'm also an ED20 co-leader, and I've been an ED118 co-leader. So essentially, I get to TA our introductory courses for freshmen and transfer students. So I've been very involved with the Latinx community at UCSB, and so some of my favorite events have been Bienvenida. So essentially, what Bienvenida is a time during Week of Welcome where all the Latinx interest groups table outside of San Miguel and San Nicolas dorms, and essentially they table and they pitch their organizations to interested students. Typically, it's a time where we have Spanish music playing, all the organizations get to go on stage and talk about their organizations. It's a time to recruit new members, and also it's a good way for newly admitted students, so freshman students and transfer students, to get involved into this community if they're interested. But the cool thing about UCSB is there are these different types of cultural interest fairs, not just limited to Latinx communities. So there's definitely something for everyone during these cultural fairs. So I first started getting involved during my freshman year. This is when I first got involved with Hermanos Unidos. So I saw that they were flyering for a welcome back dance that they host annually. And so I decided to go because I saw that they were including some cumbia music, some Spanish music, and I definitely wanted to get involved with that. And the rest was history. I got involved with the organization. I started going out to every event. And I think that's what really shaped my 4 years, is making sure that I went to many events as I could. Because again, I think you can be part of different organizations, but it's what you put into it is what you're gonna get out. And so it's definitely really important that you stay involved, you stay updated with different events that are going on campus. Some of my other positions that I've been able to get has been through reading my emails. I know it's pretty basic, but it's really important to see those campus emails that get sent out to every student in order to be really updated to different opportunities that are at UCSB. I think finding community is really important, especially if your first time coming to college. I think for me, being first generation and being a student of color, coming to UCSB was a huge culture shock. And so I definitely wanted to look out for organizations that matched my interests and experiences. And so I think finding a community of things that I directly align with was important to me. And so that's why I decided to join Hermanos Unidos, because I had a group of people who shared my lived experiences. And so I think finding communities is important. And I think in order to do so, you need to get involved into the types of orgs that you're interested in. So whether that's by your identity, interests, sports, there's something for everyone here at UCSB. But I think once you find these spaces, it's important to put yourself out there, ask questions, get involved. People at UCSB are very welcoming. So if you show an interest, people will be receptive of that. So being a college student, it can be very tough balancing your life. I think once you come to college, you juggle your academics, extracurriculars, jobs. I think during my first year, I really struggled with FOMO, so the fear of missing out. So sometimes I didn't prioritize other things. But what did help me find balance is by writing down the times I have to work on my assignments, when I have my jobs, when I have social events. And so I think as a fourth year, I use Google Calendar religiously, just because it's really important that I get to visually see what I have to do during a certain day. So by using the Google Calendar, you can write down the time you have, a section, the time you have lecture, the times that, your club's meeting, and you'll really find that it does help you balance your life, because it can be tough when you're a college student. My biggest piece of advice for incoming students looking to get involved is To have your options open. I think, especially as a freshman, there's so many events that I wanted to go to that I didn't, and I do regret. And I think being a freshman, you have the ability to really explore so many different avenues, different organizations, different clubs, different departments. But I also think that once you find spaces that you want to be part of, I think it's important to remember that you're going to get out of these clubs what you put into them. And so I think it's important to ask questions, to get involved to those different events that they host. And I think you'll find that you've made some lifelong friends, lifelong connections that are going to benefit you not just during your time at UCSB, but even after you graduate.